大家好, I'm Martin, and this is Short Stories, brought to you by the Taichung Keda Language Center. Today's short story is called Angelo's Express. It's about a man who received a very nice send-off on the day of his retirement. A send-off is just a formal way to say goodbye. Well, have you started thinking about your retirement? Have you started saving for it yet? Well, maybe you should. It's never too early to start saving. Anyway, before I read the story, I'm going to give you the vocabulary and example sentences. After I have finished the story, I'm going to read 4 listening comprehension questions. Let's get started. Vocabulary. Think nothing of. Think nothing of. Some consider it impolite to ask people about their private affairs, while others think nothing of it. On top of that. On top of that. We missed the bus. On top of that, it started raining. Can't help but. Can't help but. Lisa couldn't help but laugh when she heard the good news. Have a hard time doing something. Have a hard time doing something. Jason has had a hard time getting that employee to cooperate with his team. In honor of. In honor of. The school was founded in honor of the late president. Stability. Stability. Mark's stability makes him a very reliable friend. Equal. Equal. No computer will ever equal the human brain. Reward. Reward. Anyone who finds my lost dog will be eligible for a cash reward. Commute. Commute. Lily commutes between Taoyuan and Taipei every weekday. Devoted. Devoted. Dr. Wong has been devoted to exploring the frontiers of medicine. Now for the story. Can you imagine working at the same job for 60 years and having it end with the biggest surprise of your life? Most millennials think nothing of working at a job for a few years before leaving it for another, then another, and so on. Back in the good old days, most people appreciated job stability and worked at one job their whole lives before retiring. Even so, Angelo Fracassa of Detroit, Michigan had a work record that few can equal. As a reward for showing up to work for 6 decades straight, he was celebrated on the last day of his long career with the biggest surprise of his life. Fracassa commuted into downtown Detroit from his home by bus. He always sat in the seat right behind the driver. His life was pure routine for a period spanning 6 decades as a devoted employee of the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, the tax collection agency of the United States. He had a master's degree in accounting and became one of the first employees in his unit to embrace new computer technology when it was introduced. On top of all that, he was usually friendly with everyone. On his last day on the job, he prepared to take his usual bus home. The first sign of anything unusual was the bus itself. On the scrolling board, it proclaimed Angelo's Express instead of the usual destination. After he boarded the bus, he couldn't help but notice the dozens of red, white, and blue balloons filling the interior, along with posters featuring pictures that were emblazoned with messages for him. At stop after stop, his family, friends, and colleagues boarded to celebrate with him. He had a hard time controlling his emotions. The sweet ride ended in a dinner party at an Italian restaurant, where speeches and toasts were given in honor of the man who set an example for all his coworkers and dedicated working people everywhere. That's the end of the story. Now I will read the questions. Question 1. What was Angelo Fracasse's job? A. He was a salesman for IBM. B. He was a chemist for IBC. C. He was an accountant for the IRS. D. He was a programmer for ILM. The answer is C. He was an accountant for the IRS. Question 2. What does IRS stand for? A. Infernal Revenue Stealers. B. Internal Revenue Service. C. Internet-related sales. D. In red sweaters. The answer is B. Internal Revenue Service. Number 3. What was the surprise Angelo received on his last day on the job? A. He got a new car. B. He received a coupon for a discounted meal. C. A gold watch. D. A very special bus ride. Well, he did get a meal, but he got it for free. He did not get a new car. It is common to give a watch, a gold watch, to employees after they retire, but that is not what happened here. What happened here was D, a very special bus ride. Question 4. How long did Angelo work? A. 60 years. B. 60 months. C. 50 years. Or D. 40 years. The answer is 60 years. That is a very, very long time to work. Well, that is the end of today's short story. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it reminded you to start thinking about your own retirement. It is very important to start saving as soon as possible, because that interest will compound and grow over time. And that's exactly what you want. The more time you have, the more interest you will earn on your savings. So start saving today. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.